Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Sunday, guys. How's everyone doing today? Don't forget to smash the like button on your way in. Appreciate you guys for joining. Pretty exciting day. Bitcoin dominance dropped below 58%. Altcoins got a little pumpy, and Ethereum broke its new all-time high. Ladies and gentlemen, smash the like button on your way in. I appreciate you guys for joining. Happy Sunday. Sound off in the chat. Are we ready to look at some charts? Oh, hey! I clicked the wrong button for a second. Okay, guys, exciting times. Bitcoin was looking great, actually. It was looking good. We got our nice Trump pump, and then a little bit of a retrace. It was chilling, lingering, and then it just kind of went bam. Some ancient whale sold a very large sum, which I'm assuming is what caused the price to dump. There's news as well that we can go through, but I'm gonna assume that the decent sized sell is what caused it. But we're rebounding very nicely, and what's crazy is ETH literally broke through its new all-time high and established a new all-time high, which currently sits, it's a reversal candle as well, which is not great. We might retrace some more here, but we'll see what happens. Current all-time high on ETH sits at 49.5678. Right there. That's the current all-time high. I guess we relabel this to the old all-time high. And we'll see if that becomes relevant. Bitcoin dominance is the big story that I'm breaking. We lost 58%, which is huge, huge for alts. I'm not sure what this 57.68 is in the orange. I'm assuming that that's relevant to some degree. I just don't know what for. We are still oversold. Not sure if that represents anything on dominance specifically, because relative strength indicator, I'm sure it doesn't only apply to price action, but who knows? Still, that's exciting. Breaking 58%. ETH makes new all-time highs. Alt season seems imminent. So, Bitcoin, back to Bitcoin. Let's go refresh our liquidation heat map and see where we're at. Go to symbol, 12-hour. What's exciting is, oof, look at that. Woo! Oh my gosh, they liquidated so many people right there. That's so crazy. Look at that big chunk right there alone was 165 million. I think I have a article pointing out how much was lost. 175 right there. Whew. Oh, come on, guys. Don't get too excited with your leverage. 112.094. Marty Party's prediction for a breakout is 122.685 as well. We have that labeled on here. I just wanted to point that out again. 111.350. And then up top, we got 113.952. There's a lot right there. And then I'm going to go all the way up here. I guess I'll go 115.532. And because I'm biased towards upside, I'm going to put another one on there. And let's say we clear this whole bad boy out. We're going to be at 115.996. Which is exciting. Looks like a road. The road to alt season. So we got our weekend chill zone, which the market maker was nice enough to allow us to trade in over Saturday night. It is now Sunday, and we broke out of that range just as usual. What I would want to watch out for is a Monday dump. We have been consistently dumping on Mondays for, I think, like 6 months or something like that. It's been pretty consistent, so be careful tomorrow. Tomorrow is False Move Monday. That doesn't mean that it's always going to be false. That's just something that people say. We got our moving average on Bitcoin, got a bearish cross over the moving average. It is pointing to the upside, though, so potential bullish cross inbound. ETH is up 0.42%. Nice bounce off of our upper trend line, which is now a lower trend line, which is awesome. We broke above this guy in the past, did a little head and shoulder, broke below. We got a double bottom support on this blue line. Use that to springboard up to our old all-time high, which was 48.68, which we made a new one at that time, 48.87. And then we rode our upper trend line and used that to springboard to 49.5608. Are we going to make 5K? And if we do, is it going to be today? I don't know. If it is today, that would be pretty sick. But we'll see what happens. RSI looks great. We do got bearish div on the moving average. Or on the RSI. So we'll see if that plays out bearish. That might have played out already with this candle. So that's something to take into consideration. Your RSI did cross bearish over the moving average. Very, very ever so slightly. After we were dancing around, we talked about this dancing around it, and then we rode it, used a double top, or not a double top, double bottom, to kind of bounce, create that W. And that sent us to the stratosphere. Sol is up 1.4% on the day, breaking above our yellow trend line. The blue trend line is still relevant on the 4-hour time frame. The yellow is actually the daily, I believe. The daily candle close, kind of symmetrical triangle scenario. So if you're considering that longer term time frame, we did break out. We're retesting and hopefully setting up bullish springboard from that breakout retest. Otherwise, if you're just looking at 4-hour, our 4-hour candle body closes, we got 1, 2, 3 points of conviction, 3 points of contention on this upper trend line, the light blue trend line. We got a rejection, actually 2. We got 1, 2, bounce, hopefully break. We'll see where it takes us. RSI did cross bearish, but it's getting ready to cross bullish again over the moving average. And your momentum wave cooled down a tiny bit. This can be overheated for quite some time, though. You can see it back here. It was pretty spicy. So, and it's a very similar setup. Oversold, overbought, overbought, oversold, overbought, overbought. So, something to keep in mind. Total 3 is down 0.34% on the day. We got this angry wick from the Bitcoin pullback. And we're currently sitting at 1.07. Hopefully we can trade above 1.07 very soon here. We are struggling to get above it, which we were kind of expecting. We got an inverse head and shoulder here that definitely played out. Very nice textbook move. And break above 1.07 and hold above it would be very exciting. Very exciting. It is up 0.3% on the day. We got same wick right here for Bitcoin sell-off. Broke above 90. We're sitting at 91.69 right now. Nice. I would love for it to stay above 90 for the daily close. I'm sure it will. And from there, I would like to see a dollar break. Brendan Hilgen said, yo, yo, yo. Ricky Ricardo said, rate cuts equals a big pump incoming. Stack something soon. That's awesome. I like that. Some ething. What's going on, Ricky Ricardo? ADA looks good. RSI looks great. Momentum wave looks great. Everything's very calm and ready for blast off, hopefully. SNEK is up 1.69% on the day. Currently sitting at 48.103. We were above 5 earlier. It was very exciting for just a hot second. And then Bitcoin had to go and ruin all the fun, which is the name of the game. When we get into bull market territory, which I believe we're entering now, I think that we're there, there's going to be volatile days where people get whiplashed and flushed out with leverage. You will have weeks where you trade like a god, and then you will get completely flushed, completely rugged one day, literally because you had a trade open and you weren't paying attention, and somebody decided to sell like $2 billion worth of Bitcoin, which made the price go down like 1%, made your alt go down 5%, and because your leverage was too high because you were getting cocky, you get liquidated. That's gonna happen. You gotta expect that to happen. You gotta be prepared for that to happen. Don't let it Don't let it stop you when it does happen, because it will. Brandon Hilligan said, I'm already only 10% cash. All right. Skull Cruncher said, yo, TA bonk, please. All right, I'll go to bonk. Let's go take a look. Bonk. Okay, so we're sitting below that 2375 area that we were looking at, which is still resistance. We got a rejection off of that on August 22nd. Actually, that was Friday. We got a rejection off of that on Friday. So we're doing kind of a pullback right here. It does kind of seem like we are maybe retesting, hopefully, support, because this was resistance, resistance, breakout, support. Hopefully, that's what it is. Could be a a little micro waste management fractal. I don't know. I could sell it. You want to get above this 2375 area. That's going to be your biggest crutch right now. Your RSI does look like it wants to cross bullish over the moving average. It is lingering, and what's nice is the moving average is pointing to the upside over a longer period of time. So you're getting these moves, which are hopefully going to push the price to do the same thing. Where it feels like it's dumpy and pumpy and you're not making any money, but over time, you know, you go from 2.1 to 2.7. That is a pump. Because it takes a long time does not mean that it's not a pump. So, patience. Patience is probably the biggest winner in the cryptocurrency market. Jim said CME has yet to clear its all-time high for Ethereum. Interesting. That is interesting, actually. I believe that the Bitcoin dump corresponded closely with the CME open as well. I could be wrong. XRP is down 0.43% on the day, currently trading at 303.56. We are sitting above $3, which is exactly what we want to be at. We were lingering below it in between 275 and 3, and I was worried that we were going to lose it. We broke back above, holding it as support. Hopefully we can use that to continue to the upside. If we do, I'm maybe expecting a little bit of contention at 320-ish. Otherwise, hopefully we just go straight past 340 and continue to the upside. HBAR is down 1.37% on the day. We still held our support beautifully at 23.5, and we're currently sitting at 24.99. If we get a break above that and continuation to 26.5, that would be awesome. HBAR is actually the cure for cancer, and a lot of people don't know it because when it's below 26.5, it doesn't work anymore. So if you're patient, then you can. The joke isn't funny if I dig into it. It just gets sad. Just buy HBAR, not financial advice. Just so the price can at least get back up there. We do have a confirmed red dot back here though. That did send the price down. I don't know if that means that it's played out. I have no clue. Volume could be better, and your RSI does seem to be potentially rejecting the moving average, which is not good for the price in the short term. But we'll see what plays out. Like I said, volume could be better. It is down 1.46% on the day. SWE is down 1.23% on the day. After the Bitcoin shakeout, it seems like a lot of alts got like really scared. They were like running in the meadow. They're like, yay, we're pumping. And then a big lightning bolt came down and like kind of electrocuted everyone a little bit. So now they're all cowering on the ground, calling their parents like, Mom, I need you to pick me up. It's scary. And Mom is ETH. ETH's still like literally sitting at all-time highs while all the other alts are like freaking out way the hell down here. ETH is like, all right, come on, guys. Get off the ground. It was lightning. It's going to be okay. Don't be a baby. But yeah, SWE, kind of being a bit of a weenie, along with everything else. We got the same situation here, potential rejection of our RSI moving average. I would love to close above 370. That would what I would love. I would love to see that. Excuse me for one moment, guys. Okay. He said one moon. I don't even like answering that question anymore. I used to say soon and it was fun, but it is. We are getting to the time capitulation, like the part where it just feels like we're stuck in purgatory. Maybe we should have all just bought ETH and Bitcoin. But yeah, sweet. I would love to see it close above 370. We'll see what happens. If it doesn't, it's not the end of the world. It's just Sunday close. It's a weekly close, but longer term, I think we're safe. We're pretty safe. Ondo's down 2.43% on the day. Same thing here. We got that scary Bitcoin wick. Ondo's cowering in the meadow with all of its altcoin friends, while Mama ETH comes and picks everybody up off the ground. We're struggling to get back above $1 with Ondo, but we are above 95.35, which is a big point of contention that I've been concerned about. We are also potentially rejecting our RSI moving average, which is a no bueno. So we'll see what that does to short-term price action. We could just linger. I would be totally fine with a linger. What's interesting is previously when we had a setup quite similar to this, actually, that inverse head and shoulder, even if it's janky looking, we just kind of went up very nice and gentle, curled down a little bit for retest, and then continued. Problem is that also broke down in a very similar pattern, inverted head and shoulders, or not inverted from this, it is regular head and shoulders. So there's a lot of head and shoulder games going on with Ondo. It's very interesting. I think if I wanted to put my tinfoil hat on, I would make the argument that Ondo is being manipulated by the powers that be so that they can accumulate more, because Ondo is a good project, in my opinion. Could I be making that up? I am. I am literally making that up. I have zero evidence about that, besides the fact that I feel like Ondo should be higher, and it's not right now. So, next, Arrow is down 3.76% on the day. We did get above $1.50. $1.50 was my first target, and I thought that we were going to linger after that. We do seem to be lingering so far after hitting that. So we hit it. We're lingering. We are kind of lingering down, though, which hopefully doesn't last too long. I don't want this, because this looks like an awful nightmare. Imagine this thing lingering until next Sunday. Like, just kind of slowly grinding down. That sounds absolutely awful. I would love to see it, I don't know, just dance. Even if it dances around and then pumps. The linger is supposed to lead to a pump, and it's not supposed to be a boring linger. It's supposed to be a fun, hopefully bullish linger. Our RSI, the volume is very, very weird. And maybe it's because it's on KuCoin. We got almost no volume. Tremendous volume spike. And I guess now it's better, but it's not as great as it was back here. But the price is still increasing, which is great. That's good. Maybe that means that there's volatility, since there's divergence in between the two, volume and price. Regardless, Arrow looks good. It never doesn't look good. This thing's been pretty amazing since Chewy brought it up. So thank you, Chewy. Your momentum wave is chilling. Very quiet. And so is your RSI, honestly. It doesn't even look like it's rejecting anything. It's just lingering. So we'll see what happens, man. We will see what happens. TradingView says it's a strong buy. They're never wrong. Victor Nazario, sick name, said Arrow hasn't even been fully integrated into Coinbase yet. Yeah, dude, I think Arrow's going to do big numbers. They're already doing big numbers, but I think they're going to do pretty good. Pinlink is down 7.05% on the day. Having trouble getting above 75 cents. It's currently sitting at 69.72. Volume is stagnating a little bit. RSI looks good. It's grinding to the upside, and your momentum wave is also pointing to the upside. Hopefully, I'm assuming, again, this is probably from the Bitcoin sell-off that flushed out a lot of leverage. But hopefully Pinlink gets above 75. As of right now, as long as it's not closing below the halfway point, which is probably 60, let's call it 67.5. As long as it's not closing below 67.5 for this daily, weekly candle close, I'll be happy. Tishu said, hi all, just arrived. What did I miss? Not too much. Victor said, Arrow good. That about sums it up. Don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here. Happy Sunday. Render is down 2.08% on the day. Render was doing really good for a quick second, and then Bitcoin ruined all the fun. Regardless, we got a big sell-off wick right here, and hopefully a big buying wick right here is what we close with. We are dancing around our purple trend line, which happens to be perfectly integrating and intersecting with our 374 support level. So A continuation of that would be awesome. Your moving average or your RSI does look like maybe it's rejecting off of the moving average. So again, that's not the end of the world. It's just not ideal. And your momentum wave, kind of boring, flat-ish, maybe downside. We'll see. Down 2.08% on the day. I would love for this to close above 374. Stellar is down 1.75% on the day. Quite lingering after the Bitcoin pump. It's been the same price. It's been the same price this whole time. Even back here, I would actually include that. Stellar's been pretty much the same price since mid-August, so I would love for this to be some kind of a funky inverse head and shoulders to get, even if it's just this, a pump back up to 46. Let's go up to 46 and break it. That's the point that I've been watching for, because ever since we pumped into this gigantic range and rejected 52 twice, we broke below 46 and we could not get back above it. We got rejections here, we got rejections here, and now we're kind of dancing way below that, hopefully setting up a foundation to break through it. We got to break through 46, use it as support, and then springboard above 52. That's what I want for Stellar on the mid to long term. For today, we're in our range. I'm happy. Stellar can do pretty much anything, and I'll still be happy with it. Right now, specifically. Maybe close above the current low of 40.47. Close above 40.47 and I'll be happy. I don't want no bearish engulfing candles going on here. Polkadot is down 2.67% on the day, rejecting off of our upper trend line of our symmetrical triangle, which we've been observing for, I think, 2-3 days. So we'll see if we get a break of that. For now, it does maybe look like we're establishing, which is not good, a shorter term time frame head and shoulders. If we do, I would call the neckline this $4 mark. So what would that be for a frugal target? I would guess maybe a retrace down to 380. We'll see if that even happens. What I would really like is if that invalidated. I would like everyone to open shorts and they're like, oh, Polkadot's going to go down because it sucks. And then it goes, bam, it validates everybody, makes a new local high, like breaks through $5, and then everybody, all the bears, cry and call their banks to see if they can reverse the charge for their short position that they tried to fulfill. But we'll see. I like Polkadot. Again, I don't want bearish engulfing, so a close above 407 would be ideal. We'll see what happens. Fartcoin is down 0.72% on the day, currently trading at 94.49. The wick here, that Fartcoin wasn't really as affected by Bitcoin, it seems, and it has recovered quite nicely. The current candle is actually green. So we'll see if we can actually get a green candle body here too. That would be really cool to see. My uber bullish scenario would be a close above $1. I don't think that's going to happen though. As long as we're chilling above 90, I'm happy. If we break below that and close on the weekly and the daily, I'd be a little bit upset. But it wouldn't be game over. And again, scenario, I don't want to see any bearish engulfing, so I want to see this close above 92.072. Preferably 92.455. CAS is down 0.46% on the day. Your RSI is rejecting the moving average, and your momentum wave is kind of like just flatlined. What I do see here, we talked about this janky inverse head and shoulders, the break, the retest, the continuation. I also see now a larger inverse head and shoulders setup, which is really cool. I would love to see this play out as well and utilize that. Wow, that was a really straight line to get above 97.87 and hopefully touch 10.4. Teacher said, JJ, I get it's easier making money when crypto goes up, but why don't you ever bet and look for levels to the downside? Perhaps when we have a confirmed bear market? I usually point out my downside targets. I feel like obviously my bias is going to change with the market, but if we're looking at downside, my downside targets are usually on the chart. I'm pointing out what I want to happen for us to remain bullish right now, but doesn't mean we're not going to go down. For SWE, downside 353. I would look for a reaction there, and this is legitimately how I trade. I don't trade on really long-term time frames because I usually babysit my trades and I set tight stop losses, so my trades are very much scalpy at best. So if I was trying to short SWE, I would sell immediately, probably at 353, honestly. And then I would reevaluate from there. If it reacts, great. If not, and it continues to go down, big deal. What did I miss? Nothing, because I closed at a positive. So, but my targets are all on the screen. What I'm pointing out right now is just what I am hoping for us to remain bullish in the short term. Don't get me wrong, it's better for me. We go up to just some thoughts. Oh yeah. Yeah, like I said, my bias is going to change with the market. That's how crypto works. Where was I? Polkadot, we talked about Fartcoin, yep, Cass. So yeah, the target for this would be 10.4, is if that is a larger inverse head and shoulders. Right here specifically. Was this a head and shoulders right here? Maybe? Did that target get hit? I don't think it did. No. So if we did go down, 76.29. If that was playing out, but I don't think it is. I think it's invalidated now. Because we're above the neckline, so. I do like this smaller guy. The breakout retest. Continuation. Target for that is small. I think it actually technically played out already. Pretty much, but we can dream. Again, I don't want bearish engulfing. So a close. Actually, I would like it to hold 9. I want it to hold 9. Regardless of the candle body. I want it to hold above 9. Avalanche is down 1.87%. Avalanche also had a funky inverse head and shoulder here. And it was a small guy with a small target. That was hit. I would call that target 25. Mr. Roberts said, hello folks, what's up JJ? What's going on, Mr. Roberts? Tishu said, I think Sol ecosystem is going to outperform ETH for a few days. I could be wrong though. Sol was actually doing better than ETH was, I think, yesterday. Most of last night, which is very interesting observation. We got to a point, at some point, where people obviously were favoring Solana because it was outperforming Ethereum. And then Ethereum started to wake up. Everyone said Ethereum was dead. It was old news. Nobody was going to use it. Nobody was going to buy it. It was stupid. And then Ethereum woke up and proved everyone wrong once again. So now everyone's cocky about Ethereum. They're like, oh, Ethereum never went anywhere. You guys are stupid for betting against it, blah, blah, blah. Now, because that sentiment has flipped, I would not be surprised to see Solana take over again. It's probably going to be a cat and mouse game. It always is. The market maker is going to favor Solana and going to screw all the ETH people over. The ETH people are going to get mad and migrate to Solana, and Solana's going to be outperformed, overshadowed by ETH again. It's going to happen nonstop until some third party comes into play. But I think it would have to have a similar use case. So Avalanche broke above 25. We're sitting at 25.79 right now. We got a breakout retest of that $25 mark, which is a nice psychological zone. Every time we've gotten above this time we got breakout retest, breakdown. Breakout retest, up, rejection at 27.33, breakdown. Breakout, breakdown, out, down, breakout, hold, up. Hopefully it doesn't repeat this. I would want to see this actually break above 27.33 next. We could get a reaction at 27.33. My upward price target is going to be 27.33. Obviously, maybe we would get a rejection off of that, retest of this mid-level, and then use that to break above. Otherwise, the ideal scenario would be straight up past 27.33, retest that, maybe linger for a bit, and then continue. Maybe retest it and go up. Maybe retest it, lose it, fake out, and continue. I don't know. That's my bullish scenarios. Bearish would be obviously rejection at 27.33, and then some downside, probably lose 25 and at least hold the 23.20 area if we're going to remain on the bullish side with a retrace. Avalanche looks awesome. RSI's maybe a little bit spiced up, but that's not a big deal. And your momentum wave also looks a little bit spicy. Vahid said Solana has got to have a big run. Tishu said, I think it's going to continue for a bit. XRP had its turn too when ADA. Oh, and BNB did too. What else is out there? Big cap, major L1. I would just look at the top 20 or maybe top 50. There's a bunch of L1s that still have yet to wake back up. Avalanche is starting to. Is Chainlink considered an L1? I'm not sure. Evan said, when can I guess? You can guess in 7-ish minutes, Evan. I will let you know in the chat. Chainlink is down 1.45%, still dancing around in this ascending range, which is very interesting. We did hit the upper trend line here, and we rejected. We lingered back down, hit the lower trend line. Now, hopefully, we can break above that upper trend line, which ideally would line right up with 28.23. If not, though, this is a ascending channel, which is bearish. Breakdown from here. Look for 24.42 reaction. I would not be surprised, though. It's quite a doozy if we saw a retest of 21.67, which kind of sucks because we got all the way the heck up here and then you come back down here. It feels like you're going right back to the beginning because it's the same exact price where you kind of entered that range. But in reality, if you count the local bottom, you would still be up 37%, which is significant gain. So you got to take into consideration the fact that this has been pretty spiced up for some time. So a 16 to 20% pullback is not out of the question. We'll see what happens. Evan said, like the stream, everyone. You guys should listen to him. He's smart. He's from Ohio. They have nice roads. Doge is down 1.46% on the day. We got this angry Bitcoin wick. A seemingly rejection from 24.130, which we probably would have closed above had Bitcoin not ruined the party. But I don't even say Bitcoin ruined the party. Whoever that Bitcoin whale is ruined the party. They sold like $2.4 billion worth of Bitcoin or something, which I'm not going to blame them. Especially if they're in my audience, please feel free to send me. I think $1 million is reasonable. You got 2.4 billion, you could spare 1 million, I think. You know, is that fair? I feel like that's fair. Any of you guys make $1 billion, I would like to respectfully request $1 million for being your friend. Feel free to send it to me in an envelope in cash. For Doge, bearish engulfing, hopefully avoiding it by closing above 23.2. I would like to close above 23.2, just with this candle body specifically. Midterm, for bullish scenario, I would like to see us break above 24.130. Bearish, 22 retest, not out of the question. Because we did have this janky scenario, which never retested after it broke out. So, pull back to down there would not be out of the question, like I said. We'll see what happens. NEAR is down 1.22%, seemingly rejecting 269.7. See if we can get back above that. Your RSI is rejecting the moving average, and your momentum wave is still a little bit spiced up. We'll see what happens. I would like this to close above 269. Don't think it's going to happen, though. The same situation here. We don't want bearish engulfing, so I would love for this to close above 264. Pengu is down 5.57% on the day, rejecting 35.98.4, holding above 33.82.3, which is nice. This is like a micro range, which we usually actually use as a nice springboard to go to the upside. So maybe it'll be like that. Maybe it'll just be this one little rejection and a continuation. That would be sick. So we got kind of a breakout retest going on right here, a forced retest. Tishu said maybe it's Litecoin's turn. Pray Flexa can make that billion, right? I feel like Flexa's probably already got $1 billion. Mr. Robert said, JJ, random comment here. I ran my XRT into concrete post at roughly 40 miles per hour and have been taking it apart for the last 2 days, discovering the damage. There's no shed visit long enough, LOL. That sucks, dude. That sucks so bad. 40 miles per hour, though. Glad you're okay, man. That's crazy. What's the safety rating on that thing? 40 mile per hour pole ram, and you're like, I'm gonna take it apart and monitor the damage. That seems awfully casual of you. I'm glad you're okay though. Cheers to the shed, to the XRT, to Mr. Roberts. Happy Sunday, my friend. Tishu said, imagine receiving 1 million USDT and sending it to Coinbase to sell and withdraw to your bank. Will Coinbase or your bank ask or freeze? Oh, probably. I would definitely probably like try to trickle that out. It would definitely be weird. I would do maybe 10K at a time, like 10K a month or something. Yeah, that would suck so bad. You'd have to wait 10 months to get your first 100K out. Yeah, I feel like it'd be worth it though. So for Pengu, we got a bearish cross over the moving average, and it didn't even retest. It just kind of broke down and continued laddering down. We'll see if that continues to the downside. Like I said, though, I would love for it to hold this range and use that as a springboard to the upside. Guys, we got less than 1 minute remaining until the Bitcoin daily close contest, so make sure you get your guesses ready. Bitcoin currently trading at 113.549 and 40 cents. We are very close to that 113.952 liquidation level, and we are kind of laddering up, which is nice. Let's transition to our game screen. Sweet. Make sure you guys get ready. In order to participate, all you have to do is subscribe and like the video. Tishu said, but why do that? That in itself would raise suspicion too? I don't know. I don't need, what do I need $1 million in hand written out for? You know what I mean? I don't know. I like my money being in crypto. I like my crypto exposure. Maybe that's irresponsible and stupid of me. I don't really care. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, I guess I would contact an attorney. Get your guesses in for the daily close contest. You got 5 minutes for the daily close contest guesses. Less than 5 minutes now, but get your guesses in. Current rankings, we got Tyler in first place with 30 wins, followed by Fahid with 20, Hoffs with 15, Tom Selleck Scoped, hot on their tail with 14, JSU 2.0 with 12, Janix and Mr. Roberts tied with 11, Waterfly and Giovanni Fontes with 9, and Gourmet Brands Brooklyn with 5. Get your guesses in for the daily close contest. Chance for you to win up to $100 every single day, completely free to play. All you got to do is subscribe and like the stream. It's a ton of fun. Tell your friends and family to increase your odds. We allow up to 12 entries every single day, and 1 per person, obviously. First come, first serve. Closest without going over wins bragging rights. If you nail the first 6 digits, you win $20. If you nail all 8, which includes the change, you win $100. It's a fun time. All right, let's see. We got Mr. Roberts coming in with a guess. 113.667 and 67 cents. Sorry to join the stream late. You're good. Tishu said, do I get anything if I missed by a few pennies? If you are over, you get nothing. If you are under, though, a few pennies would qualify for you for the $20 prize, yeah. JSU 2.0 guessed 7 out of 8 digits, so we actually increased this prize. Because that's pretty impressive. Ladies and gentlemen, get your guesses in for the daily close contest. Chance for you to win up to $100 dollarinos. It's a lot of fun. All right. Anybody else? We got Brennan Hilgan coming in with a guess. Brennan Hilgan. 113.504 and 23 cents. Thank you, Brennan Hilgan. Teacher said, damn, Bitcoin dropped to 110K. Didn't even notice. Pickle Rick 9. Coming in with 108 and 566. That's a pretty ballsy guess. We got Janix coming in with 113.083.99. Janix has been a force to be reckoned with this past week. I would be afraid whenever he participates. Guys, you got 1 minute, 51 seconds remaining to get your guess in for the daily close contest. Evan is nowhere to be found. He couldn't be spared for 5 minutes just to attend. What a shame. Error Maker FPV coming in with 113.455. Anybody else? You got 1 minute and 32 seconds remaining. Bitcoin currently trading at 113,484 and 55 cents. Hey, Evan actually is here. Good for him. Evan Pickle. 113,700. Very cool. Cheers. Tishu 113,282.77. Pigwork9 said, it always does the opposite that I say, and I want it to go up. Okay, I like that. I respect it. I respect the methodology. Guys, you got 52 seconds remaining to get your guests in. We got dyor coming in with 113,397. Should I turn on the music, the background music? Tom Selleck's Goat coming in. 113,535. I'm going to turn on the background music. All right, ladies and gents, 30 seconds remaining on the clock. Oh, Fahid. What do we owe the pleasure? 113,430. I like it. That Pulse player said, what I tell you, they're holding us back till rate cuts. 12 seconds remaining on the clock. Ladies and gentlemen, get your guesses in for the daily close contest. Time's almost up. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Time's up. Tyler is nowhere to be found. His crown can be taken very easily. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for participating. Let's get these guesses on the board. We got Evan, 113,700. Mr. Roberts, 113,667.67. Whoops. What has happened? 67. There we go. We got Tom Selleck's Goat, 113,535. We got Brennan Hilgen, 113,504.23. Fiance and I and our daughter are going to film a creepy video tonight. Arrowmaker with 113,455. There's an abandoned cemetery down the road. We're gonna scope it out. If it's chill, we'll go there today. Otherwise, this will just be episode 1. We got Fahid coming in with a 113,430. dyor 113,397. Tishu 113,282.77. Janix, oops, 113,083.99. And Picklebrick 9. 108,566. I should just put that at 112,750, let's call it. And then specify this represents 108,566. All right, I like it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Bitcoin currently trading at 113,472 and 67 cents. Currently in Arrowmaker FPV's gap. We got less than 3 minutes remaining. Tom Selleck's Goat said baseball game. That Pulse player said what a volatile day. Mr. Robert said sup the heat and Arrowmaker is waving. Yeah, we had ETH breaking its previous all-time high, or its current all-time high, and alts started going crazy, going ballistic. Bitcoin dominance dropped below 58, and then out of nowhere, a whale sold I believe, don't quote me on this, I believe it was 2.4 billion US dollars worth of Bitcoin, causing the price to plummet $4,000 within like 5 minutes. Huge, huge candle. The heat is now in the lead. Bitcoin 445 and 41 cents. Picklebrick9 said, did I miss the news? Just got off work. No news, really. Just a whale taking profits. There is some stuff that might be considered news. Trump said that he was going to sanction Russia in about 2 weeks. That might have been a cause, but I think it was the whale. Because we're in alt season, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, 1 minute, 33 seconds remaining on the clock. Background music. DJ Nair said push above the 50 EMA. 113, 465.83. I believe Arrowmaker is now back in the lead. It's going to be a close one, this match. We got it right now. It's between Brandon Hilgen, Arrowmaker, and Fahid. Currently, Arrowmaker is in the lead. 113, 478.83 cents. We got 66 seconds remaining on the clock. Who do you guys think it's going to be? Also, don't forget to smash the like button. Subscribe if you are new. DJ Nair said, I thought the whale swapped the biddy to ETH. So there's people swapping or selling Bitcoin and then buying Ethereum. There's that happening. And then today there was a whale that just sold 2-point-something billion worth of ETH. Bitcoin 113, 473.52 cents. 40 seconds remaining on the clock. Arrowmaker FPV still in the lead for the daily close contest. Brandon Hilgen closing in fast. Bitcoin getting a little bit pumpy here. 30 seconds remaining on the clock. Tom Selleck's Coat said we dumped because Rampage Jackson's son beat up a wrestler and almost killed him. Jeez. 24 seconds remaining on the clock. 113, 483.29 cents. Don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here. If you're new, please consider subscribing and share the stream with your friends. 13 seconds left. Arrowmaker still in the lead, holding his position steady. 8 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. So close. Arrowmaker is the winner. Congratulations, my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, the daily close for Bitcoin, 113, 493.59. Congratulations, Arrowmaker, on your victory. Ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas in the chat for our winner. The guess of 113, 455 even. Very cool. Congratulations, my friend. Enjoy your victory. Oop. Bitcoin getting a little dumpy here in the 1 minute. No big deal. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. I do not think that this is Arrowmaker's first win. I do believe that he has won in the past. Right here. Arrowmaker. Bam. Yay! Spam the bananas in the chat, ladies and gents. Congratulations, my friend. Transition back to our regular screen. Very cool. Let me add you to the winner's Google Doc. Are you Canadian? I don't believe that you are. Okay. Let me just double check. This is Arrowmaker's second win. His first win, June 29th, 2025. Congratulations, Arrowmaker, on your second victory. You are not Canadian. Okay, thank you. Thank you for specifying. Spam the bananas, ladies and gentlemen. Can I get a drum roll, please? The winner of today's daily close contest with a guess of 113, 455, even an actual Bitcoin daily close of 113, 493 and 59 cents on August 24th, 2025. Mr. Arrowmaker FPV's prize is zucchini bread. Congratulations, Arrowmaker, on your victory. Feel free to slice this bad boy up and share it with your friends. Give it a little bit of heat, a little bit of a microwave and some butter. Throw that bad boy in the microwave and give her a good munch. Congratulations on your victory. Feel free to share this with your peers. Eat it by yourself. Eat it whole. You can cut it. Whatever you do. You are legally obligated to remove it from the premises. Congratulations once again. DJair said, JJ, how do you pronounce about? About? I'm not north enough to be a Uber. But I imagine you were looking for a boot. Which I think I have a little bit of it in there. About. I guess I'm not sure. I've definitely gotten to a point now where I notice a lot of people have very similar accents. And I'm like, how do they, like, people in like Utah have like the same accent as me, and those people have the same accent as people in Florida. I'm like, where do accents come from? It's like a good mass of every single population sounds the same. There's just very like random chunks of the population that have really thick, completely random accents, and it's strange to me. It kind of blows my mind. Makes me a little bit sad as well. Are we losing dialect? Is everyone's dialect just kind of merging into this blobby mess of what we call English? I don't know. Only time will tell. All right, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations, Error Maker, on your victory. You were expecting a boot. Yeah, I figured. Pengu, alts are actually looking pretty good on this. We'll see what happens. Obviously, I don't want to jinx it. Knock on wood. Silver, still looking good, 38.87. It really hasn't changed over the weekend. I don't know if maybe this doesn't trade on the weekend. DXY, a little dumpy with a little bit of a rebound. Nobody really cares. MicroStrategy still looking good. We'll see what happens on Monday. NASDAQ also looking good. See what happens on Monday. And S&P also looking good. We'll see what happens on Monday. The Fractal 2.0, absolutely beautiful. Mr. Roberts said, I don't know anyone up here that says a boot. You got to be a Youper, Mr. Roberts. The part of Canada that they didn't want. And then Wisconsin was like, we don't want that either. They're pretty, I feel like the Upper Peninsula is like Appalachia without like the creepy aspect. Like, you're not going to go in the woods and disappear. They'll probably like it. The creepy ones in the Upper Peninsula will tie you to like a Cracker Barrel rocking chair and like try to teach you how to build a log cabin completely against your will. They do not care what you have going on. They're going to teach you how to build a log cabin. That's the creepy aspect. We should make an Upper Peninsula horror movie. I'm from Michigan, Pickwick. I live north of Detroit and east of Flint. My water has lead in it. And so do the bullets. Pretty cool. Brendan Hilgen said I can hear the banjos, brother. All right. Let's go back to Bitcoin dominance, 57.87, rejecting hopefully 58. Let's go. I would love for this to just continue plummeting. Getting exciting, guys. Bitcoin itself, chilling. Congratulations, Error Maker, once again on your victory. ETH, waking up, ready to go. We got some news articles to go through. Trump advisor David Bailey says there's not going to be another Bitcoin bear market for several years. I like this quote. Regardless of how much hopium it contains, I like it. We got Cryptos R Us sharing Ethereum has become the fastest major asset in history to reach $500 billion market cap. ETH 5.8 years. Bitcoin took 12 years. Apple took 35 years. That's pretty sick. Bitcoin is actually the fourth one. We got ExxonMobil and PetroChina. And then Facebook, Tesla, Google, Alibaba, Tencent, Amazon, Microsoft, Apple. Pretty crazy. Pickwick9 said, I'm from northern Indiana. They sound just like us in South Texas, but not East Texas or West. Isn't it weird? I hear people on TV. There'll be actors and they sound exactly like me. I'm like, I wonder if they're from Michigan. And I look it up and they're like from Greenland or something. I'm like, what the hell? Everybody just has the same accent now? No accent? Like, maybe I do sound normal. That sounds so pretentious. Because that's what everyone thinks. They're like, oh, I sound normal. People will be like, what's your accent? You're like, I have an accent? I'm like, yeah, it's thick. You're like, I don't know. I live in Michigan. But now you're just like, oh, we all sound the same. We have the normal accent. Everybody else's accent is weird. All right, next we got first-time homebuyers have fallen to a record low. Who would have thunk? And then next, appropriately, we got a picture of Jerome Powell. These are key events this next week. Federal officials are speaking, or I'm probably Fed Reserve officials speaking. Wednesday, we got NVIDIA earnings. Thursday, we got GDP second estimate for Q2. Thursday as well, we got initial jobless claim. And Friday, core PCE price index year over year and month over month. Thursday and Friday, actually Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, Nvidia has been like propping up the market. So from Wednesday forward, it's going to be pretty juicy. Monday, Tuesday, maybe nothing burgers as far as the charts go. We're all going to be in anticipation, maybe pricing stuff in. Insiders maybe buying or selling. We'll see what happens. It's going to be a crazy week, just as crazy as last week. This I don't know if this is true, because this is one of the sources that are maybe not so reliable, but they're saying the European Union will launch a stablecoin on the Ethereum blockchain. If it is true, that's huge. So, Michael Saylor says Bitcoin is on sale. Marty Party posted ETH daily TA breakout of triangle target 5,030. We have not broken 5K yet. Closest we've got 49.56. We are $44 away. It's going to be exciting when that happens. We'll have to throw a party. Marty Party also posted Sol daily TA top of triangle touched targeting $233.44. We'll see if that happens as well. Let me mark these actually. I want to mark 50.30 on ETH. Marty Party target 50.30. And on Sol, he said 233.44. Oops. And again, Marty Party target. Sweet. Jim Derringer said Nvidia and Microsoft have been titans the last 2 years. Still curious to see if Microsoft can overtake Nvidia. What does Microsoft do as far as hardware is concerned, though? Am I crazy? Marty Party posted $12.4 billion of longs will liquidate at ETH 3,800. That would be insane. Stock Money Lizards posted in a rare post. Altcoins, ETH is rallying. Other alts and Bitcoin pumps as well. But there will be a time when some less than $1 billion alts make 50% daily candles. Money rotation has started. This, ladies and gentlemen, is where we lock in and pay attention. We can gamble and have fun still, but we really got to be on our game. Callan Talks Crypto posted a very, very long thread about traditional economic metrics indicate a stock crash likely to time approximately with the dropping of the Fed funds rates, which is going to happen soon. Basically, he's saying the same thing that's happened a million times in the past is probably going to happen again, and people are going to be caught off guard from it. So this is basically a PSA. Don't expect this time to be different. Everyone's going to tell you it's different. That doesn't mean it's going to be different. Every single time anybody has ever said this time is different, they have been wrong. It has been pretty much the same thing every single time. Don't expect it to change this time. If it does, great. If not, you still want to be safe. Take your profits. You can have a moon bag left over. You don't have to sell everything. Not financial advice, obviously. This is just what I'm doing. And watch what happens. Cointelegraph posted $2.2 billion in shorts will be liquidated when Ethereum hits 5K. That number has probably increased tremendously. Jim said, spoke too soon. Microsoft overtook Nvidia's market cap last week. Really? That's crazy. Pigoric 9 said, we break 5K and we are going to explode from the liquidation. Right. Exactly. Dude, I got to find it again. Let me see if I can find it right now. There's like institutional level shorts on Ethereum. And I've brought it up a bunch of times. Right here. Wall Street hedge funds massively shorting ETH. Their net short position just hit all-time highs. Monster short squeeze is coming. They've literally been increasing this since like last year, since 2024. This has exponentially increased. I don't know who in their right mind is doing that. I hope that they're wrong. If they do get liquidated, it is going to be monumentous. It's going to be freaking awesome. And that's, I believe, on the ETF side. Michael Saylor hints at buying more Bitcoin tomorrow. Hell yeah. What an absolute giga chad. This one's great. Throwback. In 2019, Peter Schiff said Bitcoin would never hit $100,000. Now Bitcoin has closed above $100,000 for 108 days straight. Turns out Peter Schiff is not a smart man. What a shame. Updated SpaceX still holds over 8,290 Bitcoin worth $953 million. That's pretty sick. Google searches for crypto have spiked in the past 24 hours. You know who's not Google searching crypto? Me and you. You know who is? People who have no idea what the hell crypto is. This right here, not altcoins, not Ethereum, not SWE, not Solana, not Memecoins. Crypto is the search indicator that retail is going to use. So I think we're getting close, guys. Retail is slowly trickling in. There's now a 75% chance of rate cuts in September. I'm assuming this is according to Polymarket or something similar. Bitmine added another 9,613 Ethereum worth $45 million. This one's awesome as well. This is what who said that earlier about the whales? This is what you were talking about. Two OG whales with 90,000 plus Bitcoin are dumping Bitcoin to buy Ethereum. In just 4 days, they have sold 1.4 billion in Bitcoin to buy ETH. They still hold over $8 billion in Bitcoin and will likely be dumped to buy ETH. ETH isn't going to the moon. It's effing going to another galaxy now. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? What is that, 90,000 Bitcoin? I don't even know how you do that math. 90,000 times, let's just say $105,000. $105,000. That is 9.45 billion. So 9.45 billion added to ETH's current 577 billion. Okay, so that wouldn't be too crazy, but single-handedly lifting up the market cap of Ethereum by $10 billion is freaking insane. All right, Sol's looking awesome here. Sol's ETH. Total 3 looks great. Bitcoin still chilling. Congratulations, Arrowmaker, once again on your victory. Oh, this is another PSA. It's the same exact thing. I just want to point it out. It's not only iPhones, it's also iPads, MacBooks. Update your Apple devices. Apple users beware new scam. A crypto mosquito can suck iPhone and Mac users' wallets dry. A flaw in Apple's image handling feature lets attackers empty your wallet just by sending a picture without the user even downloading the image. Be sure to update your devices. Apple has rushed out emergency patches across all platforms. That's actually insane. Next, we got Binance accused of suppressing Solana using Wintermute to protect BNB market cap. Proof of reserves show no soul beyond customer funds. That is actually insane. I don't doubt that for a second. Not financial advice. Jim said, you're right though. Microsoft's biggest problem is the lack of hardware. Analog is quietly being bought up. People like hardware, dude. Like, software is great, but anyone can do software, especially now with AI. I think Microsoft is in trouble. You need hardware, man. You need hardware. You need hardware acceleration. NVIDIA has all of that. And I feel stupid for not having it was so obvious. And again, hindsight's 2020. You tell me Microsoft's going to do well, I'm not really going to give a crap. I'm never going to be like, oh my gosh, you should have bought Microsoft. It was so obvious. NVIDIA, though, it's ridiculous that it didn't load up on NVIDIA. Ethereum explodes to $4,900 for the first time in history. It has now officially hit $4,956, which is pretty awesome. This one's actually a crazy metric as well. Only 18.3 million Ethereum is left on exchanges. This is literally nothing when you consider how heavy institutions and whales are scooping it up. Supply shock imminent. We shall see. Exciting times ahead. ETH monthly breakout finally here. 15K is programmed. I like the 15K target. I'm never going to wait for it though. 10K probably laddered out the most of the way. But we'll see, man. We'll see. Maybe we are in the super cycle. But I'm not going to get caught holding back. Michael Saylor says live on CNBC that Bitcoin will go up 30% a year for the next 20 years. This is just the beginning. I genuinely believe him. And maybe it's not exactly 30% a year for 20 years. Maybe it's averaged out to be well over 30% a year. But you got to be stupid to think that this guy's wrong at this point. The only people that think that he's wrong and are betting against him are people that don't like him for some other reason. They're jealous, what have you. I have no idea. We got exactly 1 year ago, $35.2 trillion. Today, $37.2 trillion. At the current pace, the U.S. will cross $40 trillion in national debt by January 2027. At what point does this start to matter? It doesn't. The point of me pointing this out to you guys is I genuinely believe in modern monetary theory. They have realized that nobody gives a crap how much we increase the money supply. And let me tell you this as well. Everyone's worried, oh, what about other currencies? That's where Bitcoin and crypto come into play. Those are the only other currencies, because right now, China's money supply is going crazy. Russia's money supply going crazy. Japan going crazy. India going crazy. Every single country's money supply is going crazy. The United States maybe was like right here. And they're like, oh, we can actually do this instead. Let's do that. So now they're implementing that. Since it's still increasing exponentially less than everybody else, it'll probably remain the main currency for quite some time. Bitcoin, however, is not doing any of this. Bitcoin is well, it's not deflationary, but it's capped. It's got a hard cap. It's not going to increase in supply. So the price is going to go up. It's I don't know. Everybody should know this now. And should prepare accordingly. Powell cuts, okay, Mr. Crypto Post said, Powell cuts rates, ETH goes to 10K, alt season starts, we all get rich. Questions? I like that one as well. I like me some good bullish copium. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Bullish Emirates Airlines will accept Ethereum payments as of next year. Hell yeah. And then we got some coin fashions. I round-tripped, hoping for 1 billion market cap. This is a lesson. Last year, I got a $3,000 airdrop from C. I used that to buy memes, woke up one day and was up 11K on Jamcat. I played around a little more, breaking even and losing here and there. Told myself to wait to see how much I owe on taxes coming up, but I figured I would pay with profit instead of what I already had. Missed Trump and Melania coin while I was at work and caught Baron, rode it all the way up, and yes, I round-tripped hoping for 1 billion market cap. Could have used that money to pay off my car, but now I'm still 17K in debt and owe the IRS 4K. That's insane. I'm not sure what the lesson is there. Don't get greedy. The lesson there is greed. Don't be greedy. Woke up this morning with 230,000 USD in my wallet. Someone sent it to me by mistake, not planning on sending it back. That's freaking awesome. I don't think I would keep it for myself, but I would not send it all back. I would maybe split it. I want half. You know, you can have the other half and just thank me for sending it back in the first place, but you shouldn't have, you should have done a test transaction. That would be crazy. Alt season index breaking out. Patience, folks. It's brewing. Let's actually go take a look. We got alt season index. We're at 51 right now. It is officially. Oh, it's at 49 now. Dang it. What a bummer. Well, we were at 51 at one point, I guess, today. We just got to wait a little bit longer. Patience, guys. It's brewing. Next, we got 300 million Bitcoin and crypto longs liquidated in the past hour. Bitcoin dropped by 4K in just a few minutes. Stay safe out there. They are flushing out the longs, guys. They are flushing out the longs, making sure that you're not going to make too much money. Jim said Tom Lee's goal is 6 million ETH, closing in on 2 million through BMNR. That's actually sick. Next crash or bear market will more than likely be an energy crisis narrative. Last one was a health crisis. Yeah, I believe that. If Tom Lee had BMNR stake its Ethereum, the yearly yield would result in 40,000 Ethereum. Wowza. Yeah, that's, dude, how are you not, as an institution with access to all of this money, how are you not just buying all of the Ethereum? You literally, it's actually a money printer. You got to be stupid to not accumulate. It is what it is. Jacob King posted over 294 million in Bitcoin long positions were wiped out in the past hour. Bitcoin flash crashed below 110K. Crazy. I like this color scheme. I think this guy's kind of a crazy futter, though. Tishu said, do we need Trump to talk about crypto again? I don't know, man. I think we're doing pretty juicy ourselves. Bitcoin dominance 57.9. Alts are trying to do some spicy things, but they're quiet, which is fine. I'm fine with quiet. I like quiet. President Trump threatens Russia with sanctions in 2 weeks. No surprise. United States Treasury just bought back another $2 billion of its own debt. That's a total of $6 billion last week. Cool. And last but not least, we got Bitcoin Archive just in. A Bitcoin whale sold 24,000 Bitcoin worth over $2.7 billion, causing today's $4,000 crash in minutes. They still hold 152,874 Bitcoin worth more than $17 billion. That's freaking insane. Who was it that did that big sale? Big Bitcoin sale the other day. Galaxy Digital sold 9 billion. So we already had that test. I would not be surprised. Is it Mike Novogratz? If he's this whale, if that was his test to make sure, oh, I want to sell some of my $20 billion worth of Bitcoin. Let's test it with this 9 billion over here so that I don't get blamed. They can blame Galaxy Digital. And you know, I'll say that I did it, but they won't think that I have all this money. So now he got that test, a couple months went by. I think just 1 month went by. Somebody sells $2.7 billion worth of Bitcoin. The price reacts accordingly. Jim said Tom Lee had an interview where he stated you'll know the top is in for Ethereum when companies like Walmart or Microsoft announce adding Ethereum to their balance sheets. What was I thinking of for the top? The learn and earns on Coinbase are definitely going to be a top signal. The referral I talked about. There was something else, though, that was similar to the referral thing. With the free money and stuff. I'm not sure. But yeah, I statistically, from what we experienced last bull market, I don't think it's going to look very different. Obviously, the numbers are going to look different. Euphoria is going to feel the same. And all of the exchanges, all of the institutions are going to react the exact same. So, yeah. Bitcoin getting a little bit of a red candle here. We're at 113, 160, and 1 penny. Do a quick portfolio update. Our 1K to 10K rock portfolio, I was excited to announce that it was in profit earlier. It is no longer in profit. We are down, what is that, $47? $37, which kind of stinks. But it is what it is. This portfolio struggles. More than anything else, it struggles. Sol is currently in the lead in profit $23, followed by ADA in profit $17, then Render in profit $1. The entire portfolio is being dragged down by Ondo, Doge, Proppy, Fetch, Near, Shib, and Aptos, all collectively doing very bad. Memecoin portfolio is in profit by $1. Wow, it was up 55 bucks earlier. That's the difference a day can make. We are currently in profit $1. WIF is leading the pack with $59 in profit, followed by Pepe in profit $27 and SNEK in profit $16. Doge dragging her down $4, and Giga Chad dragging her down $99. Giga Chad would have been a tremendous short position, but it is down tremendously as well. So maybe it's a good accumulation right now. I have no idea. Mr. Roberts said, JJ, have you gone down the rabbit hole of U.S. Treasury repricing gold somewhere in 5 figures? I'm hedging with a small bag just in case. It's definitely a non-zero possibility. I have not, actually. What do we do? We buy gold? I'll buy some gold, man. In 5 figures. Oh, dang. Tisha said, damn, those portfolios. Yeah. The narrative portfolio is doing great. It's always doing great, though. This is the most stable, in my opinion. It's up 98 bucks. This portfolio is made up of 1 meme coin, 1 artificial intelligence coin, 1 decentralized physical infrastructure coin, 1 real world asset coin, and 1 gaming coin. And it is kind of killing it. Currently, there's only 1 asset that is negative in here. We got Pepe is up $54, Tau is up $24, Fetch is up $15, Mana's up $7, and VeChain is down $4. And because each investment was $100 in each one of these, the collective dollar amount that they are up is also the same as the percentage amount. So Pepe's up 54%, Tau's up 24%, Fetch is up 15%, Mana's up 7%, VeChain is down 4%. So Chris Kirby said, yo, what's going on, Chris Kirby? And then the perfect entry portfolio, which you guys all voted on, is actually our best performer right now. Currently in profit, $132.10. We have yet to add to it. We are looking for another dip. We got 8 assets here, and they're all doing pretty dang good. We got 1 that is negative, which is Render. It's down $9. Crow is break even. Graph is up $3. Ondo's up $8. Sol is up $14, Swee's up $18, ETH is up $23, and Chainlink is up a whopping $71, which is also 71%. For some reason, Chainlink decided to be like at the bottom when we bought it. So we bought it literally like at the launch pad, and then it exploded up 71%. So we're sitting on some pretty happy profits with Chainlink alone. Everything else is pretty tremendous in this portfolio. Like I said, we still got 2 more assets to add. We're not going to add them just yet. But one of these days, we'll find a dip and have the community vote to add to the portfolio. So perfect entry portfolio so far. Definitely the one that I was not expecting to be the best performer. Mr. Robert said, hell yeah, Jim D. If it jumps to 15K, I'm happy as all. Get out. Jim Derringer said, if they revalue gold directly using USD, the revaluation of an ounce is around 40K? Really? That's actually crazy. So do I have to buy some gold, guys? 1 ounce gold. Oh my gosh. Whew. Okay. Jeez. What's less than an ounce? A lot of money. Congratulations, Arrow Maker, once again on your victory. We got Quiet Market. DOT is up 0.5%. Let's look at some Bitcoin charts. I'm going to look at ETH BTC. Got a piece of my mustache sticking out. It's bugging me. I can see it. ETH BTC had this descending channel and this upper trend line, which was at one point a lower trend line. So ETH BTC, we had support, 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 and then at one point it was support here. We broke below that and established a new low, which happened to be 1795, and we bounced off of that very nicely, where we rebounded up, got above 3581, which was the attempted support rate back here, and we're currently sitting at 420, which on the 4-hour time frame plays out really nicely because we got above 3581, we got above our yellow orange trend line, almost with the inverse head and shoulders as well, and just pretty much skyrocketed, and it's continuing to skyrocket. It's probably going to continue to skyrocket. It looks very similar to this right here. You get a skyrocket, a little retrace, skyrocket, little retrace, skyrocket. This is a little retrace, and then it's going to skyrocket. So it looks good. I'm excited. Tom Selleck said buy PYHS stock for gold. They hold physical gold for every share bought. Much easier. PYHS. Okay. Alan said if gold is revalued to 40K, what does silver go to? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Next we got, let's do Sol BTC. Silver to $50 would be really boring. That would be the most, what is that, 33%? 20%? Big deal. The hell are these ugly lines? Was I looking for something there? That's funny. Oh yeah, those are measured targets. Okay. So, yeah, we talked about this cup and handle. So, we got a Adam Eve double bottom, which is illustrated. We also have a cup and handle, which also has a cup and handle in the handle. Not sure like how you guys feel about the cup and handle pattern. I'm 50-50 on it. I'm not like a huge fan, but I'm okay with it. Alan said $50. Jim said, but it wouldn't be a surprise. Sadly, yeah, dude. Everyone's freaking out. They're like, silver's going up. They're revaluing. And then they're like, silver's worth $50, and they're all like, they would still freak out because, unfortunately, the silver maxis have been dealing with like the most boring price action in all of eternity. I feel really bad for them. They're like, I don't even know what to compare them to. Like Litecoin maxis maybe, or XRP. XRP had a nice run this time around, so maybe silver will have its run finally. They love to suppress the silver price, yeah. Mr. Roberts said, Jim, I hear you, sir. Besant's got legislation passed that basically gives a path for repricing. It's closer than ever before. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, Sol BTC 100% has broken out. Next stop, I would look for target-wise as far as the price action is concerned on the chart. Is this 1887? Yeah, exactly 1887 for sure. And then I would look for this 20, and then 22. If it's even, it might just blast through all of those, to be completely honest. Alan said silver will have its day. Jim said, I remember 2010, 2011, people thought silver was going to bring generational wealth. Instead, it went basically sideways for another decade and a half. Yeah. That's crazy. I do enjoy all of the arguments for all of the precious metals because they're all kind of the same. You're like, why is gold valuable? They're like jewelry, and they need it for solar panels and electronics. And then you're like, why is silver valuable? And then they go, jewelry, and they need it for solar panels and electronics. And then you go, why is copper valuable? And they go, jewelry, and they need it for solar panels and electronics. It's literally copy paste. How much do you want to spend? Do you want to spend $3,000 an ounce? Do you want to spend $40 an ounce, or do you want to spend like 50 cents an ounce? I feel bad for copper. I really do. What's really funny is copper's probably the most sought after because of people scrapping and like ripping apart abandoned buildings and stuff. It's pretty funny. It's funny how the world works, man. It really is. What's up with Pepe? Let's go take a look at Pepe. Do I have Pepe? I don't think I have Pepe. What? A whole lot of nothing. It does look coiled up though, doesn't it? You got Big Mama, Big Papa, Big Auntie. That's coiled up. Oh my gosh, wait a minute, it just keeps doing the same thing. Hello? This is weird. Tell me these are not identical patterns as well. Okay, so it started to actually establish an uptrend right here, which is good. Back here was doing a whole lot of nothing. That's so funny, man. So it spiked up to here, and now it's just coiled up, man. It's got to go one way or another. Your volume is reacting accordingly. It's very boring. RSI is like dead center. So is the momentum wave. This is on the 4-hour time frame as well. I would want to see this actually make a move above the purple trend line in order for me to really give a crap about it. Because right now, this range looks miserable. It's probably quite big, actually. Yeah, it's an 11% candle right there, that big guy. So there's some trades to be made for sure, especially when you have volatility within a small range like this. You can make a lot of money if you know what the hell you're doing. But got kind of like a midpoint rejection. Maybe that uses as a springboard. You might get a breakout below, a little fake out below, and then continuation. Regardless, I want to see a break out of this damn triangle. Fear and greed has been trending down. Will we get fear again? Honestly, it doesn't take much, does it? It doesn't take much at all. People freak out over the dumbest stuff now. Yeah, I would want to see this get some kind of reaction soon. Otherwise, it's just kind of boring. What is nice, though, is when you touch that, you kind of blew up. Question is that the only point of confluence? Kind of is. It's, I guess you could do that, and then those are fake outs below. You got touch, fake out below, touch, fake out below. I don't hate that. Yeah, and that was a buy, too. I've held it for about 3, almost 4 years already. That's crazy. That's how I feel about ADA, man. That's how I feel about ADA. That's why I like SNEK so much, because SNEK actually like gave me something with gains. like very quickly. So it's nice to have alternatives, especially if they're tied to the ecosystem. I feel like I'm still investing in ADA when I buy SNEK because I have to buy SNEK to swap it to ADA. So yeah. Dominance trying 58 again. It's probably gonna break it. Jim said, "Dang Rick, your exit came last year." Mr. Roberts said, "Jim, fair math for sure. 2010 on for so many years was crap, and we may be at that point again. But if I park a bag for the kids in gold and it isn't touched for 20 years, I'll take that bet all day, or all decade in this case." Jim said I was mainly talking about silver. Gold actually moves. Gold does actually move, yes. Oh, what do we got, fellas? You know what doesn't move? Bitcoin up. Today, specifically. Remember, guys, the past like 6 months, Mondays have been awful. So keep that in mind. Congratulations, Arrowmaker, once again on your victory. Tyler, Arrowmaker is the winner today. It was his second win. He won zucchini bread. Pigrick said, "I know, Jim. I was in sleep mode. Just buy daily and don't look. Then I got back in and looked and about lost my mind." Yeah. Yep. Well, it's looking like we're gonna get another boring red Monday. So hopefully I'm wrong. I like being wrong because I don't know. I like being wrong when I'm looking for some downside. Probably gonna call it. Ladies and gents, appreciate you for sticking around. Happy Sunday. I'm gonna get some food in my body and go for a creepy car ride. So appreciate you guys for sticking around. Mr. Robert said, "Is that a second win, Arrow?" That is his second win, yes. All right, ladies and gents, as always, if Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. I appreciate you guys for sticking around. Happy Sunday. Smash the like button on your way out, and good night.